Okay. I feel like I should be ashamed of myself, pero like I'm not. Listen, first of all, welcome back to episode 19 of No Context, the podcast. I'm gonna start off by apologizing to those of you who actually look forward to my podcast and who really enjoy them. I'm gonna apologize to you because my lack of consistency is just not okay. And I know I somewhat have an excuse or whatever, but my mom just called. I'm gonna text her and let her know I'm recording, and I'll get back to her. I haven't talked to her in a couple of days, and I know she like, damn bitch, hello. So I'm gonna let her know very briefly that I am recording a podcast app. And I will call her when I'm finito. I'll call you when I'm done. Yes, so I am apologizing to those of you who look forward to my podcast episodes every week. I'm apologizing for my lack of consistency. I know that can be kind of annoying especially because I I was doing so good. Like every week I was doing so good, and then I know last episode, the episode that I recorded for my birthday, it took me I think I took like a week off from doing that, but I did that because I needed that week because I was doing the release of the capsule collection or whatever. And so while there isn't I don't have that kind of excuse, but it's more so just I just haven't really been feeling like it, there's things that I can easily talk about, especially being pregnant. It's super easy to talk about stuff, but it's just, listen, I'll be 27 weeks tomorrow, and with every week, you just get a different kind of tired, a different kind of lazy. Your body is just different. And there hasn't always, for the past 3 weeks, I haven't just been tired and lazy and not feeling like it. But the times where I do feel upbeat and energized or whatever, I'm doing something else that's not recording, obviously. So again, I apologize to you if you are one of those people who do look forward to my weekly uploads. I cannot promise that I will be consistent all the time, but I will try a lot harder. I know there are things that I can do to help myself be better with consistent uploads. I could batch create. I just haven't been. I'm not one of those people that likes to pre-do things with the idea of being able to post when I'm not when I'm not feeling creative, if that makes sense. I like to create in the moment, and I like to publish once I've created it, because I'll sit on something and then be like, I don't like that shit no more, and I'll just have wasted stuff basically. So I'm more of an in the moment, definitely in the moment podcaster, quote unquote, but just an in the moment creative spirit, put it that way. So I could batch create, I could pre-record, I could record on Wednesday and then upload on Friday. But again, I don't know, sometimes it's just I could do it on Monday. Wednesday is fine, I could do it on Wednesday for me to get it out on Friday. But if I do it on Monday, I just feel too many days have gone by, and that's not fun. I don't know. I just like to be a lot in the moment. I just really like to be in the moment. So I think as I get closer to my due date, I'm thinking more about what this will look like for me. So with season one was over after episode 10, which means season 2, the current season, will be over after episode 20, which is the episode after this one. So I was looking through the weeks or whatever, and I was trying to decide I know I could push it. Like, I have clearly way more than 10 weeks to go up until pregnancy, but that would take me to, let me see, if I'm going to be 27 weeks tomorrow, and then I plan on releasing episode 20 on this upcoming Friday. So I'll be close to 28 weeks. If I don't take any breaks and I just do a consistent 10 episode for season 3, that will put me at 38 weeks. That sounds like anxiety waiting to happen. Like, not only anxiety, it's either going to be anxiety trying to make sure I get out all 10 episodes for season 3, or it's going to be inconsistent. So what I'm thinking I'll do is, and let me know, because y'all love giving me feedback and I love listening to your feedback. What I think I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna do, like, you know how sitcoms be going on like their little winter break? Like, they'll premiere they'll have a season premiere in the fall or whatever, and then they'll take like a week break, or not even a week. It's like some shit be gone for a long time, and then it come back. Like, it'll stop sometime in December and it'll come back in January, like the second half of the season. I think I'm gonna do something like that. So I think I'm gonna deliberately, after episode 20, I'm gonna deliberately take a couple of weeks off, and then do, like, you know, start season 3 up, and then take a chase break, which will be the break for the baby. Now, I can't promise how long that break will be, and that is what I'm afraid of. You know how, like, relationships, they be like, oh yeah, we just going on a little break. Let me be the one to tell you, breaks don't exist in a relationship. So it's like, I'm thinking I'm gonna do 5 episodes up until the baby comes, take a little baby break, and then start back up sometime after the baby. The problem is, I don't know what that looks like how many weeks off, you know, because I feel like if I take like 2 or 3 weeks off, that'll be cool, but, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen, so, or how I'm gonna feel or whatever, so I can't promise. I don't know, maybe it's just something to think. I just gotta think on it a little bit more. Anyway, welcome back to more context to podcast. I'm back. I am a day shy of 27 weeks, so I'm gonna just start this episode off with just pregnancy updates for real, and then just kind of tell you what I've been up to since it's been like 3 weeks. So let's see. Like I said, I'm a day shy of 27 weeks, which means I am in my month 6. I think I'll be like 7 months in like 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know. That should be confusing me. Because, you know, a baby is technically baking for 10 months. So the math really don't even be mathing. But listen, I'm 27 weeks. Well, I'm 27 weeks tomorrow. I am in my 6th month of pregnancy, and I feel great considering. Like, I feel pregnant as fuck. Like, my belly is definitely full. It is round. I know that since we last spoke, well, let me tell you about the changes that I've noticed so far in my body. So I definitely feel heavier. I definitely am heavier. I said it before that in my first trimester, I lost, to me, what was a considerable amount of weight. I've gotten back to my starting weight and then some. That was one of my concerns in the beginning of my pregnancy. Like, I hope I can gain weight. I hope my baby grows at like the weight that he's supposed to grow, which is no longer a concern. I've been measured, so I'm definitely measuring in at, you know, what I should be measuring in at 26 weeks, because that was when I had my appointment. And I'm gonna tell you about that actually, because my appointment was done at home. So I'm definitely measuring on time. He's not growing too fast, he's not growing too slow. I feel like I'm growing, you know, at a pretty decent rate. So I have no complaints about that. Yes, I do absolutely feel him more, like, all the time. I can't even say more often because I was already feeling him all the time, and I do still feel him all the time. Sometimes it's not, his movement isn't uncomfortable yet. You can definitely see or feel his movement from the outside now, where before it was still like you can only feel the movement on the inside. But now my fiance can actually feel, you know, when he's moving and stuff like that. And I can see him moving, like, on my stomach. It's very slight, but I can still see him moving. So, like, if I'm laying down and I have, like, the Apple TV remote or, like, my phone laying on my stomach or something like that, and he moves, it's like my phone or the remote will kind of, like, wobble a little bit, like he kicking it off my stomach low-key. What else? Oh, about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I started lactating, which threw me completely off guard. Like, was not expecting that at all. Like, okay, so prior to that, it's like I felt like my nipples would be wet, but like I would look down and it would be fine. Like nothing would be there. So I knew that like something was happening with my nipples, but like it wasn't obvious yet that, like, you know, at least obvious to the eye that anything was like really taking place beyond them just getting bigger. But as of last week, I felt like my shirt was like a little moist, and I looked down and lo and behold, I had one little dot. And then like 2 days after that, my little dot went to like an actual spot. So I know it's not full of breast milk yet. It's called yep, whatever. I forgot the actual name of it. Basically like the pre-milk, quote unquote, that you produce before the actual milk comes. I know that's just what it is or whatever, but it's still like, it threw me off. Like, to think that your body is just going through all these different changes within a span of like 9 months or whatever. It's like, it still be hard to like wrap my mind around, you know? So like, while I know that is a natural thing, and of course I Googled it to make sure that was okay. And it said, you know, women can start lactating as early as 16 weeks. Like, you know, your nipples can start leaking or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I know it's normal, but it's still like, with every new thing, it's just something else to wrap your mind around. And I feel like this, it just isn't something you get used to. Speaking from my own personal experience, it's not something that you get used to. It's just something that you just adapt with or adapt to or whatever. And that just, I mean, that's just with everything dealing with pregnancy, whether it be emotionally or physically. It's not, I don't think you're supposed to just get used to being pregnant, because nigga, you only got 9 months. Like, what's the point of getting used to it? So what else? I think that's it for right now. Like, I still don't have any major cravings. I am hungry all the time. So I do snack all the time. I definitely try to make sure I'm like eating more often, like less amount of meals, but more often, because listen, feeling stuffed is not a good feeling. Oh, that's another thing. I've definitely started getting, not necessarily heartburn, but I've definitely started getting acid reflux, where you just feel like it's just food in your throat, all like you just be burping and it just feels like gas bubbles or like food almost, kind of. That's really annoying. I don't take anything for it. I did some research and I know I can drink chamomile tea, so I do have some chamomile tea, but I basically just try to sit up when I feel like that. And it's only been like a few times where it's happened, and basically it just comes from like, you know, eating super acidic foods or like super spicy foods, where, don't get me wrong, I love my spicy foods, love my spicy foods, but I feel like I ate so much salty and spicy foods up until like a couple weeks ago, where like I haven't really been super into spicy foods right now. Like I'm just tired of it. So I can't say that it's anything spicy. I just think that it's because sometimes if I take a long time to eat, and you'd be so hungry that you eat a lot and then you get really full, that can lead to it. So that's something definitely that I've been experiencing new since the last time I've spoken to you guys. And like I said, it can be annoying, and I know I can take Tums for it and stuff like that, but you know me, if I can treat it naturally, then I'm gonna treat it naturally. So it's only happened a couple of times, but it can be really annoying because you just keep burping, and the burp is like not just air. Like it feels good when the burp is just air, but the burp don't be just air. It be like gas, or like like spit, or like food kind of. I don't like it, but so that's been different. But yeah, okay, so I've had also, since I've spoken to you guys, I've had my first official appointment with my new midwife. Now let me just tell you, I fucking love her, okay? Like, fate could not have fate and a whole lot of research and Googling and shit could not have led me to a more fitting midwife. Like, I love her. So she just so happens to be a soror. And we didn't find that out until, we learned that on our consultation, because she was asking for my email, and my professional email has 1908 in it or whatever. And she was like, soror? And I was like, oh shit, right? So, because I'm paying out, okay, so I can give you the deets on this, but I was thinking about doing a full, like, at-home birthing, like, post baby. I was thinking about doing a full episode on just like my experience with an at-home midwife. So I don't think I'm gonna go too in detail about my experience so far. Like, about my experience, yes, but not too in detail about the semantics, like the cost and how I'm paying and stuff like that. I'll just wait for like some other time. Anyway, I love her. I love her. But we just connect so much energetically, and like I just love her. So I've had this past week, during my 26th week, I had my first real appointment with her or whatever, and that was done at home virtually. If we weren't in a pandemic, it would still be done at home. However, she would come and do it, or it would be done at I don't know what you want to call it, because she doesn't work at a birthing center. She works where she works at, or a place that she's affiliated with, is like, they do like a whole bunch of stuff, like acupuncture and yoga and prenatal yoga, and they do like mad stuff, right? So it's not, and I don't think they actually give birth at this place that she works at. So my appointments though would be there if outside was open, but my appointments, however, are done virtually over, it's like Zoom, but it's not Zoom. It's some software that her practice uses. So my midwife is actually a naturopathic doctor. So she is, which is perfect for me, because she, knows about Western medicine as well as Eastern medicine. So she's not like opposed to, scientific medicine, but she's gonna take the natural approach first, which is, something that I love. And so, which means she's actually a primary care physician, right? So, but she specializes in midwifery, which all of that is just so perfect for me. So the appointment, how it works basically is she sends us essentially everything that we need to perform to perform everything that we need to do for our appointment. So with this appointment, she sent me a scale, even though I already have a scale. She sent me a scale. She sent me the thing to check my blood pressure. She sent me some urine cups and like the test strips so I can do my own urinalysis. She sent me a tape measure so that I can tape so that we can measure me to make sure that the baby is growing how he's supposed to. And she sent the I forgot what you call it, but the thing that you use to listen to the baby's heart. We have one of those as well. And then, you know, the first half of okay, listen, pregnancy brain is real as fuck. I'm doing this episode straight from just what I feel like talking about, no notes, no nothing, which is how I prefer to do my episodes. But sometimes, even if I got notes, like, I'll be like, what the fuck was I talking about? Or what was I about to say? Pregnancy brain is real. So the first half of the appointment, you know, we basically be talking, like, that's my homegirl for real. We be talking, but you know, she asked me how I feel and, you know, anything new, anything different, that type of stuff. It's basically all verbal. And then the last half is the actual performance of, like, you know, everything that we need to do. Well, with Corey basically acts as like the hands-on doctor. And granted, I could do everything by myself, but why would I if I literally have a partner? So, you know, with her on the video chat, she taught me how to use the blood pressure machine. She taught us how to accurately measure my stomach to be able to measure the baby. And basically she walks you through everything, and then she's recording it and, you know, everything or whatever. So it's so cool. And I love it because prior to her, you know, when I was going into my old midwife's office, we were in mask for one, so it's definitely not as personal. There's a lack of compassion. There's a lack of, like, you don't see, like, you know, the full facial expression. So I really didn't feel like I was getting to know my midwife for real. And what I was getting to know, I just didn't like I didn't fuck with her. And not only that, Corey wasn't able to be a part of those appointments when I was going in the office because of the Panera Bread that we're in. So it's like, so it was like I had to, and even though he couldn't be there, he was still taking me to my appointments. So I would go out to the car, and I would basically relay to him everything that the doctor said from what I could remember and stuff like that. And that, it's like, listen, y'all know me well enough to know that I love doing shit by myself. I love it. But this is the one thing. This journey right here is something that I just don't want to do by myself. Like, clearly, I'm not a single parent. I don't want to be a single parent. And it's like, I don't want to go through the process by myself either. So I wanted him, you know, to be involved as much as he could be or whatever. And with me being able to do my appointments from home, not only is he able to talk to the doctor himself, like, she be like, on our consultation, Corey was there. He was like in the background, but he wasn't on camera or nothing. She was like, is your partner there or whatever? And I was like, yeah, he can hear you. He's listening. She was like, he don't want to be me. Like, and I love that. Like, she encourages him to be involved. Even though he be there like in the background and stuff, he makes sure that he get on camera. He wave, he say hi. You know what I mean? Because it's like we all in it together or whatever. And so not only is he a part of the, is he physically there in the appointment, but he's hands-on. Like, he has to measure me. He has to move the little thing on my belly to find the baby's heart rate. And so it's just like an experience and a journey that we both can really be hands-on with, and we both can really be a part of. And then, of course, it's like the fact that I can see her and we can laugh and we can joke and we can smile, you know what I mean? And we can see each other's teeth and nose and shit. I really appreciate that. And I can text her whenever I feel like it, which I don't be texting her like that. I did text her so I had the consultation and then I had an appointment after that, but the appointment after that was more like semantics, like working out how I'm gonna pay and that kind of stuff, like getting set up in the system, that the admin kind of stuff. So even though this was my second, I guess you could say, appointment with her, it was my first official like doctor's appointment or whatever. So it's like, so after that like administrative kind of appointment, I did send her a text and thanked her for her energy and told her that like I couldn't be more happier with making my decision, and because it's not just me choosing to work with her, she also has to choose to work with me as well, whatever. And I'm just like so satisfied, like I'm so happy. Like when I had my appointment with her, I think it was Wednesday, I didn't get any sleep the night before, and my sleep has been, my sleep has gotten better, I guess you could say. Like I don't wake up in the middle of the night as often as I used to. I used to wake up in the middle of the night every night, to either go to the bathroom or just wake up and then not be able to go to sleep. And fortunately, I don't go through that anymore. Like I do be waking up sometimes, but it's not enough to like interrupt my sleep for real. But the night before my appointment with her, like I just did not get any sleep. I woke up in the shittiest of moods. I was irritated as fuck. I was irritable as fuck. And I had a couple of meetings before her. No, I did not. So my appointment with her was at 10. The only thing I had before her was yoga. I had yoga at 8, and when I say my face was blank and it was ugly and it was stale, and I peeled myself up to do yoga. I did not feel like it, but I was like, if I don't do it, I'm gonna be stiff, whatever. Because I only do yoga now. Well, with my current instructor, that I've had for years, I only do yoga on Wednesday morning and Thursday night, because my body just does not align with the practices. Like Tuesday night is yin yoga, and I can do yin yoga, but I don't like it. I don't like it pregnant. Like I have to make too many adjustments, because yin yoga is you basically stay in one posture for like a really long time. So the whole hour-long practice, you probably really only do like 5 different postures, but because you stay in them so long. But my body just, I don't like it. And so Wednesday mornings are gentle practices, which I love. I love doing yoga in the morning, because when I wake up, I be feeling like the motherfucking Tin Man. So that's another thing actually that's different from when I last spoke. My sleeping is definitely a lot different because I'm getting bigger, or he's getting bigger, should I say. So I primarily sleep on my sides or whatever, but he don't like me sleeping on my left side for real. Like if I roll over on my left side, he start going ham like, bitch, I'm over here. I am over here. You need to roll back over. And so I used to roll back over, like give him what he want. But then I was like, my nigga, my hips hurt. Like I can't just stay on the right side the whole time. So I would roll. So now I know how to roll over on my left, like be on my left side, but I can position it a way that's like still, if he's over here on my left side, I'm positioned to where like he cool and I'm cool, put it that way. But I am officially at that point in my pregnancy where my hips hurt when I lay on a certain side for too long, and that can be very annoying. So I like to do yoga in the morning or whatever. So anyway, and then Thursday nights I do yoga with her. Wednesday morning and Thursday night. Thursday nights are restorative. I love restorative yoga. So I have started doing research to start some actual prenatal yoga. I found some stuff on Eventbrite. I found a couple classes that I'm probably gonna start like looking into soon or whatever. But yeah, so anyway, I still wasn't feeling like super overly ready to take on a day, I guess you could say. So once I had my appointment with her, which was at 10, so I got out of yoga at 9. And once I had my appointment with her at 10, once we hung up or whatever, I was like, this is my fucking dog, yo. I love her. Like, my day just felt so much better. like, I just felt so good. Like, she just put me in a space where I'm like, I'm so happy I made this decision. But like, every single time I talk to her, like, I always just feel so good or whatever. So just really happy about that. Like, I'm so happy that I have the midwife that I have now. So what else is new? So, let me tell you. So I actually started, now that I'm in this space now where I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. And that shit feels so good to say. So I was like so afraid of like childbirth, and not necessarily being a mom, but just the process of like, essentially once you get like 35 weeks or 36 weeks, like I just feel like I was just afraid to get like uncomfortably big, and the labor and delivery process, that scared me out of my mind. One thing, talking to her, not even about that, just talking to her, just regular, about appointments and stuff like that, she just eases my mind, like in regular conversation. Because if you don't know, I do intend on having a at-home birth, a at-home water birth, right? And so obviously that means not going to the hospital. That means not with no kind of interjections, no medical interjection, no. And I don't think interjection is the word that I'm looking for, but it's the word that I'm going to use because pregnancy brain, bitch. Anyway, but so of course it worries me a little bit, but honestly going to the hospital worries me a little bit more. But I was so afraid that I was afraid to actually learn anything. Like, I was afraid to watch videos, whether it be on at-home birth or in the hospital birth. Like, I was just afraid to watch videos. Like, I did not look into nothing as it relates to baby. I just have not done any research up until like this past week and a half, I would say. And I'm gonna give the credit to low-key, I'm gonna give the credit to a piece of credit to my homegirl Destiny, who just had her baby boy in January, and she vlogs on YouTube, right? Shout out to Destiny and her beautiful family. But she vlogs on YouTube, and I've watched her video. I've watched like some of her vlogs, especially throughout her pregnancy. I haven't watched anything necessarily baby related, but just vlogs of her, while she been pregnant, like doing regular stuff, same way I be having vlogs or whatever. But she posted her labor and delivery vlog, and I intentionally did not watch it. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. And finally, what led me to it was she had posted a video. It was the 6-week nighttime like baby routine or something like that, and I was like, let me just see. And I'm so happy that I watched that video, because for one, me, I was like not even making no baby registry. Now I have a registry. And I will actually leave the link to my registry in the description of the podcast. But now I have a registry, and I feel confident about it. I feel good about it. Now, granted, I still do not have space for that shit, for like nothing on my registry. However, we are moving. So I'm gonna tell y'all about the house, because y'all know I was looking for a house and all. We were looking for a house and all that, and I'm gonna update you on that. But we will be moving pretty much sometime, which I believe is going to be after the baby is born or whatever. Anyway, I'm at a point where I feel good about the baby registry, despite the fact that currently in my current space, I do not have space or room for anything new, no new boxes. But I'm gonna use what I need to use, and then those first couple of weeks or whatever, and then hopefully we would be able to transition into a bigger space or whatever. But so I watched her video on the 6-week nighttime routine. And just watching that, I was like, it had got me excited. I was just like so happy for her, to see her with her family and stuff. And to see like the nighttime routine, and she was low-key answering questions that I had in my mind, and I was actually paying attention to the things that she was using, that I was like, oh, I could see myself using that, because I told y'all I don't want a whole bunch of stuff, because I don't want a whole bunch of shit that I don't know if I'm gonna actually need or not. So when she was like going through, she wasn't deliberate. Now, a couple of items, she was like, I live by this, I swear by this, I love this. Even her husband, he was like, I'm glad we had this or whatever. But it was some things that I was just paying attention to that she had, that I was like, oh, I can see how I'm gonna need that, or that's useful or whatever. So that led me to, you know, starting to create a baby registry or whatever. But not only that, it led me down like this rabbit hole of like baby stuff, like baby videos. So from her 6-week nighttime routine with a newborn, I actually watched her labor and delivery video, and I'm so glad I did, because it was beautiful. Like, I was so proud of her, I was so happy for her or whatever. But it got me excited, you know. And granted, she had a hospital birth. She did have an epidural and stuff like that. But even that, it made me confident in my own decision to do what I want to do at home or whatever. But that let me down, you know, now to the point where now I'm not afraid of labor and delivery. Like, yes, it's a scary thing to think about, but I'm not afraid of it. I'm not, because it's like you be more afraid of the unknown than you do about the actual task at hand, right? It's like, if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, then of course you're psyching yourself up to be more afraid. And also I feel like not only is labor, but anything that you do in life, yes, it's a big physical part of it if it's something that you physically have to do, but it's also a mental thing. And I feel like when it's time for me to give birth, however I think about, like, my pregnancy has been cool so far, but I also didn't think about pregnancy before I got pregnant anyway, so I didn't think good or bad about it. But I just feel like if I go into it with this mindset that, you know, this is natural, this is a beautiful human experience, yes, there is going to be pain, but it won't be anything I can't handle. You know what I mean? If I continue to think positive thoughts, beautiful thoughts, healthy thoughts, then that is exactly what my labor and delivery is going to be like. So I'm not worried, I'm not afraid, I'm not concerned, especially because I have a midwife who is reassuring without even knowing that she's reassuring me. Like, when we got on the phone call, and she was like, she asked me how I was doing and stuff like that, and I told her I was good, I was just tired. And she was like, her too, she had just gotten home from a birth not too long ago. Mind you, by not too long ago, it was like a few hours ago or something like that. But she, in general conversation, she was telling me how the baby that she had just given birth to was breached. Now, this was one of my concerns, you know, with me giving birth to, with me wanting to do an at-home birth, because I know that, or from what I thought, that whenever the baby is breached, like, you just have to have a C-section. Ha ha ha. Au contraire, mon frère. So, y'all ain't know I knew French, did you? But during my research, and this not even researching, this was me, well, from me watching Destiny's videos, I went on this whole rabbit hole on YouTube, and now I watch a lot of baby, like, must have, like, newborn must-haves, newborn purchases that they regret, birthing stories, midwife stories. Like, I watch all that shit now because it's interesting, you know what I mean? I just love learning new shit. But one of the things that I learned when I was watching my video, when I was like on this big video binge, now I watch it casually, but before it was just like I was just binging that shit for like 2 days or whatever. But one of the things I learned is that only 3% of OBGYNs now in the United States even know how to do vaginal deliveries with a breech baby. And that's why they are so pressed to cut your baby out. You know, that's why they're so pressed to do C-sections when your baby is breached, because they'll say they're not comfortable and all that, but they really just most of them just really don't know how to do it. And so fortunately, in general conversation, when I was speaking to my midwife and we were talking about how we were doing and we were talking about why we were tired, she was like, she had just gotten home not too long ago from doing a delivery. Well, not doing a delivery, but doing a delivery or whatever. And the baby was breached or whatever. And she was like, it's not often that the baby is breached. She was like, but listen, the baby is gonna do whatever the baby is gonna do. If the baby decides that they want to keep flipping and they just so happen to not be breached or they are sunny side up or whatever, she was like, you can still vaginally give birth. Like, she was like, it's just that, modern OBGYNs, they either don't know how to do it, they don't have the patience for it, they don't, and all that. But fortunately, my midwife even knows how to vaginally birth breech babies, which was one of my concerns. And I'm like, I just love her. Every time I talk to her, I'm like, I just love her, because that was a big concern of mine. I'm like, yo, this nigga move so much. He moves so much and like all the time that it was a concern of mine that like when it's time to like, now granted, he still has a lot of room in there to like do all the things that he's doing. And I realized that as he gets bigger, that he's not going to flip as much and like tumble as much. But I know he's still going to be active because he's an active baby now. But it's like, I just hope that when it's, my thing was like, I hope that when it's time for him to like be how he's supposed to be, when it's time to come out, that he really is how he's supposed to be. But babies do whatever the fuck they want to when they in the womb. I've heard stories at this point now, and I've seen videos actually from my midwife. It's a video of the baby like gripping the umbilical cord and just kind of like playing with it. Like babies just do whatever the fuck they want to do in there. And I've learned that a long time ago with this young man that's in my stomach right now. He really just be doing whatever the fuck he want to do. And I mean, I can't stop that, right? So yeah, I just, I feel really good about giving birth and preparing myself for birth. I haven't looked into any Lamaze classes yet, and I just learned of something called hypnobirthing, which I need to do more research on, but I haven't done any research on that yet. But basically it's like preparing your mind and shit to give birth or whatever. So I'm definitely gonna start looking into like stuff like that. I changed my registry all the time, not all the time, but I've been changing it today, updating it today, because before it was like expensive shit that I had on my registry and stuff. And I'm like, thinking practically, I'm like, why do I need this like super expensive whatever when this is just as good? Like, I know it's like new mom stuff, but I just had to like snap out. It felt good to add it to the registry, but then the practicality set in and I was like, okay, swap this $99 thing out for this $32 one, because the reviews are better, if not, or the reviews are just as good, if not better, right? So it's things that like I'm preparing myself mentally for, that like I was afraid to do, and I'm no longer afraid to do that. So that has been like the biggest milestone, that I'm no longer afraid of giving birth. I'm excited and I'm really looking forward to it, and I cannot wait for him to be here. I also can't wait to move. Like, I cannot wait to move, but it's all coming at the same time, which is very typical in my fashion. Like, I do shit that's like, that would cause the average person a lot of anxiety, to be very overwhelmed. And that's not to say that I'm not average when it comes to that type of shit, but I know that it's happening. I've known that was happening for months now, so I'm preparing myself for two very big events, for us to move and for us to have a baby. Like, I've already been starting to mentally prepare myself and like administratively prepare myself. So, writing down lists of things that need to be done and looking for the right people to hire and to help, just pack up things and move and stuff like that, and to do everything I need to do to put myself in a position where I'm not worried and I'm not stressed out, and the move will be as flawless as it can be, and the baby's birth But let me tell you this, something that I'm really excited about is the fact that my baby will be born in the spring. I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I think that's something else that would definitely help my mood and just help the energy in general, because it's like, when it's time for me to give birth, like I'm due the beginning of June, so when it's time for me to give birth, like I'll be able to have my windows open, the light it won't be getting dark at 4 o'clock, you know what I mean? Like, all the things that's just good for your aura and your spirit and your energy will be back, will be aligned. And I'm really excited. Like, even moving, like being able to have all the daylight that you can have and moving, and it's not cold and ugly outside, you know. And even if it's raining, like if it rains when I'm giving birth and it's like pouring down raining, oh my god, my window's gonna be open. That shit is like beautiful. That shit is, I might not even play music. Speaking of music, I started creating a playlist. If you follow me on Apple Music, I started creating this playlist when I was in Miami. Didn't even tell y'all I was in Miami. So while I said I was gonna update y'all, clearly I left something out, but I'm gonna be right back to that. Anyway, when I was in Miami a few weeks ago, I started creating a mixtape release playlist. Cause I mean, if you're not hip to what the fuck I be talking about, I be referring to the birth of my child as my mixtape release date sometimes. So yeah. Anyway, I've started creating a playlist. It's public because I'm not gonna make it private because fuck it, but I don't want you to listen to it until June 7th, which is the due date, or when I say that it's time. So I'm probably gonna like say something on Instagram or something like that, like it's go time or something like that. That means that you can officially start listening to the mixtape. So don't listen to it yet. Like, add the mixtape maybe, if you will, so that you don't forget, but don't listen to it yet, because we all just plan on listening to it at the same time. Okay? All right. Anyway, I feel like that's enough baby talk for now, but I mean, really, that's what's going on in my life. Like, I'm literally having a motherfucking baby, so whatever. Anyway, last time we talked, I was in Atlanta for my birthday, and I ended up going to, well, it was planned. It was like kind of planned, but the week after my birthday, so I got back from Atlanta. Well, actually, we left Atlanta Sunday and went to Charlotte and saw like Corey's like godkids and some of his two best friends or whatever. Well, his two really close friends in Charlotte, and spent the night in Charlotte or whatever, and then got on the road from Charlotte on Monday morning, which was President's Day or whatever. Well, not Monday morning, it was definitely Monday evening. It was like Monday at like 6 when we got on the road, and it was raining. It was so nasty outside. Anyway, I had my flight booked to go to Miami that Wednesday morning. I was like, you know what? No, not Wednesday morning. It was like Wednesday like 5. But when I woke up Tuesday, having all this shit to do, to not even in the house, but to prepare myself for Miami, I just could not do it. I was tired, my body was sore. Like, I definitely felt the repercussions of being in a car for a really long time. You already feel that shit when you're not pregnant, but feeling that shit when you are pregnant, if it just hit different. So I ain't do shit Tuesday, which means I was gonna have, because I had a whole bunch of meetings. That was another thing. I had a whole bunch of meetings that Wednesday, and then I had my appointment, the administrative appointment with my midwife, like at 4, and I think my flight was supposed to start boarding at 4:40. I decided to get in front of my anxiety, and I pushed my flight to Thursday morning. I was like, I'm just fuck it. So Wednesday, I was actually able to do everything that I did. Got to Miami Thursday morning, hung out with my homegirls Thursday and Friday. Then Friday, cause my homegirl Sade, she live in Miami. So Friday, and my friend Crystal, she live in New York, but she was also going out there, because originally I wasn't supposed to go until Friday, and I was gonna spend a weekend out there celebrating my soror Brienne's birthday. But when Crystal told me she was going out there, I moved my flight up to Wednesday because she was going out there Wednesday and we was going to stay at Sade's house. But I had to get in front of my anxiety, so even though I moved my flight to Wednesday, I had to move it again till Thursday. So I got out there Thursday, spent Thursday and Friday with Crystal and Sade, and then Friday I got dropped off at my hotel, so I stayed at a hotel Friday night and Saturday night. And I was supposed to leave Sunday, but come Sunday, I was supposed to leave Monday, but I changed my flight again because I was over it Sunday and I was ready to come home. So I moved my flight from Monday to Sunday to come home or whatever. But Miami was definitely a good time. I really appreciate the fact that Briowe invited me. And I stepped out of my comfort zone for that shit because we all know, first of all, I don't stay at nobody's house. So I'm glad I got to actually visit Sade in her apartment and stay there and be comfortable or whatever. So if I go to Miami a couple more times before I had this baby, it's because I got me a little summer house. a little winter house, if you will. But so that was one thing that I did that I normally don't do. And then to link with a whole bunch of girls, because it was like 13 of us that was celebrating Brienne's birthday. So Friday we went out to dinner. And that was really nice because like we had like a private room, so it was very safe or whatever. Mostly everybody got tested before we even got there, but before we all linked in Miami or whatever. And people was from different places. Like most people was from Kentucky because that's where she's from, Louisville or whatever. But it was like people from Atlanta, people from Florida. Like it was just like a really good time or whatever. So we had dinner at STK that Friday in like a private room, and then they went to the club. Obviously I didn't go to the club. Saturday, some people didn't make it on the boat because they were hungover from the night before, but Saturday we got on a yacht and that was a really good time. And then Sunday I just kind of like, people were kind of leaving and she was doing brunch, but she ended up doing like a late brunch, which I wasn't pressed to do brunch anyway. And I think it was probably only at that point it was probably only 3 or 4 of them that did brunch or whatever. But Sunday I walked to Maxine's and I had brunch by myself, well, with my unborn son. So that was cool. And then I left later on that evening. I did record, I did edit the vlog. I know y'all always hear me say, oh, I got the vlog, but I actually started working on the footage and I'm almost done. So I think because I'm so overwhelmed by footage that I'm just gonna work from present day backwards as opposed to trying to go back. And because I still owe y'all my vlog from Montana, but I just got so much footage from that it's just overwhelming to think about. But I still got Montana vlog. I got the vlog from Christmas when I went to Mexico. I got the Atlanta vlog from my birthday, and now this Miami vlog. I'm almost done the Miami vlog. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep it in the tuck for right now, and then just keep working on the vlogs and then be able to, put them out chronologically as they happened, or if I'm gonna go backwards because I've been editing them backwards or whatever. I don't know. Either way, I'm working on them, and perhaps that's something to look forward to as I take my break after I do episode 20. I don't know, but I mean, in between season 2 and season 3. Either way, just know I'm working on them, and the Miami vlog honestly is almost done. But like I said, I just don't know how I'm gonna put them out. Anyway, all my devices are dying or running out of space, which means, sis, you really need to fucking do your vlog so that you can make space on your devices. But so if this sounds choppy, in a couple of different places, it's because I had to switch devices and all this other kind of dumb shit. But whatever the case may be, I did it. It's done. Episode 19 is a wrap. So I appreciate you for tuning in, for listening to me one more time. Well, not one more time because I ain't going nowhere, but I just appreciate you for pulling up on me and for hanging in there with me. And my registry, because niggas ask for it all the time. Please don't feel obligated to have to buy anything, But my registry will be in the description of the pod/video or whatever. So you can give that a little look-see. But anyway, until next time, I'll holla.